Blake Lively wants to be prominently featured, and then she gets herself into this huge situation worldwide. She is sort of despised alongside her husband. And now you've got to recognize that this movie's probably not going to do so well.
All right, prepare yourselves, because what unfolded behind the glittering facade of Hollywood is a tale of betrayal, alleged manipulation, and a potential downfall so spectacular, it's almost unbelievable. Imagine a seemingly untouchable icon, someone who has captivated audiences with their charm and talent, suddenly facing the unraveling of their carefully crafted world. That's the dramatic saga engulfing Blake Lively.
All through the text messages, you'll see over and over and over again him saying, I don't want to hurt her. I want to protect her. Let's give her what she wants.
And at the very heart of this storm, the legendary Robert Downey Jr., who, according to whispers rippling through the industry, has allegedly unleashed evidence so explosive, so utterly damning, it's not just shaking Hollywood, it's threatening to shatter it.
He's like a TikTok with the receipts, read every single line of it like I did. And he put in part this like 9-part series, which is amazing work done, doing a deep dive on what exactly was in Justin Baldoni's case that made him turn and realize that Blake Lively was not telling the truth and that it was going to be a very steep climb for them. Should we now begin feeling bad for Blake Lively because she appeared at her Simple Favor 2 premiere and people are noting that she seems increasingly uncomfortable and anxious, and maybe it really is just a lot for her to deal with. So we should discuss that. Should we be more compassionate toward Blake Lively? Let's jump right into this. Welcome back to Candace.
The initial murmurs were like faint tremors, but they swiftly escalated into a full-blown earthquake. Robert Downey Jr., a name synonymous with resilience and unparalleled respect within the entertainment elite, reportedly didn't just stumble upon some gossip. No, the narrative suggests he meticulously unearthed concrete, irrefutable receipts, think digital trails, perhaps damning emails, maybe even financial records, all pointing towards a calculated and deceptive persona allegedly cultivated by Blake Lively.
You have an ongoing feud with Ryan. You know that guy. What's it gonna take for him to actually be BFFs with you?
Well, I mean, in truth, there was a time in which we were.
This was actually a very major thing to say, that there's some party to the suit that has not been named yet. And we should have focused more on that language, because what on earth are they talking about? Who's missing? Who's joining in as a potential willing plaintiff to this case? And we have an answer. As I said, we had a TikToker who had some tea. We had some TikTok tea on this.
These aren't just vague accusations. They're being presented as tangible proof of Lively's alleged orchestration of media narratives to her benefit and, even more shockingly, alleged attempts to actively sabotage the career trajectory of Justin Baldoni. Can you imagine the audacity?
He goes, essentially, he says she didn't even read the book before signing on to the project. Then she read the book and kind of became consumed with it and wanted to basically introduce her own lines and wanted to become a part of the project and rework the script.
The whispers hint at legal documents that directly contradict the carefully curated image she projected, and even suggest a pattern of unsettling behind-the-scenes behavior. What exactly did RDJ uncover? Was it a single smoking gun, or a mountain of incriminating evidence?
I defend Justin Baldoni in this lawsuit with Blake Lively because I think she's horrible and she's made up this whole thing because she tried to steal his movie. But he is the most overly feminized man I've had to endure in recent history.
The immediate aftermath has been nothing short of catastrophic for Lively. Suddenly, the phone lines have gone silent, the coveted roles are vanishing, and a tidal wave of negative press has crashed down upon her. Even her most devoted fans, the loyal legions who once championed her every move, are now reportedly questioning the authenticity of the woman they thought they knew.
Officially to the lawsuit, that the claims will look more legitimate, but at this point I don't think Jenny Slate or anyone else on the cast really wants to jump aboard the Plantation Khaleesi's yacht that seems to be sinking rather quickly.
Hollywood, a town built on illusion and perception, is allegedly in a state of near panic. with studio executives and power brokers scrambling to understand how such a deception could have been maintained for so long, and more crucially, what this monumental revelation means for the future of Blake Lively's reign in the spotlight.
Steep climb for them to explain why they misrepresented so many things in their initial filing. So he was Team Blake Lively. That's very important to understand. He was not biased against her in any way. Else, who is very connected to this, reached out and said, Candace, you're 90% there. You're just missing one thing. And I'm beginning to wonder, and listen, full speculation, no proof, for him to go that crazy.
But the drama doesn't end there. Oh no. Adding another layer of intrigue and deepening the sense of impending doom is Lively's ongoing legal entanglement with Justin Baldoni. While the precise details of this courtroom clash remain somewhat obscured, the underlying tension reportedly stems from accusations of defamation and the relentless battle to control the narrative in the public eye. But this legal skirmish has morphed into a full-scale war, and for Lively, the battleground has become a site of utter devastation. In a courtroom development that reportedly sent shockwaves through her inner circle, the presiding judge delivered a ruling so brutal, practically dismantled her case before it could even truly be heard. By dismissing a crucial pillar of her argument and, in a move that speaks volumes about the perceived strength of her claims, suggesting to the jury that if they found her to be dishonest in even a single instance, they could disregard her entire testimony, the judge essentially cast a dark shadow over her entire credibility. This wasn't just a minor legal setback. It was a public evisceration of the carefully constructed Hollywood darling image she had so expertly crafted and relied upon for so long. Legal analysts, dissecting the ruling with keen interest, reportedly suggest that such a decisive move from the bench often indicates a profound weakness in the plaintiff's case and raises serious questions about their truthfulness. What must have been going through Lively's mind in that moment? Did she realize the gravity of the situation? The repercussions were swift and merciless. The mainstream media, sensing a seismic shift in the narrative, pounced, their headlines suddenly questioning her past statements and scrutinizing her every move. Social media platforms became a battleground, with users dissecting her fake persona and sharing their newfound skepticism. The once unwavering support she had cultivated began to fracture and crumble, leaving a trail of disillusioned fans who felt they had been deliberately misled. Following this 1-2 punch of RDJ's alleged bombshell and the devastating courtroom blow, sources close to the situation paint a picture of a star completely imploding. Imagine the scene. Behind the closed doors of her opulent mansion, the air thick with tension and recriminations. Screaming matches with her closest confidants reportedly became a regular occurrence. Frustration boiled over into uncontrollable tears, and desperate, almost frantic attempts to regain control of the spiraling narrative proved utterly futile. Insiders whisper about Lively unleashing her fury on her PR team, accusing them of failing to erect an impenetrable shield around her image. She allegedly even turned her wrath towards Justin Baldoni's camp, convinced they were orchestrating an unfair advantage and engaging in underhanded tactics. The narrative being spun by these sources paints a vivid picture of tantrums, with Lively reportedly yelling at assistants, berating producers, and even engaging in heated confrontations with fellow celebrities. Could this be the true face behind the carefully curated smile? This alleged behavior, far from stemming the tide of negative publicity, reportedly only served to further tarnish her already plummeting reputation, solidifying a perception within the industry of a privileged and demanding individual, a brat who expected Hollywood to bend to her will. And in the unforgiving landscape of Hollywood, where perception is everything and loyalty is often fleeting, being labeled as difficult or more trouble than you're worth is akin to a death sentence for a career. As the scandal surrounding Blake Lively reached fever pitch, the industry, ever pragmatic and driven by profit, reportedly began a swift and decisive retreat. Whispers abound of major studios quietly removing her name from casting lists for highly anticipated projects. A-list directors, once eager to collaborate, allegedly stopped returning her calls, fearing the potential for negative press and the association with such a volatile situation. Even the high-powered PR firms, the very architects of celebrity image, reportedly declined to take on the seemingly Herculean task of salvaging her reputation, with some insiders privately admitting that her image had become unsalvageable. Perhaps the most telling and isolating development? Reports suggest that even her husband, the ever-charming and universally beloved Ryan Reynolds, has chosen to maintain a conspicuous silence, strategically refraining from publicly defending her amidst the swirling chaos. Is he protecting his own incredibly successful brand? Is there more to this story behind closed doors? The overall picture being painted is a grim one for Lively, with many industry observers suggesting that her once dazzling career may never fully recover, and that Hollywood, in its relentless pursuit of the next big thing, has, for all intents and purposes, moved on. While she might attempt a pivot towards smaller, independent films, even those filmmakers, often operating on tight budgets and sensitive to controversy, are likely to be hesitant to align themselves with such a high-profile and potentially toxic figure. Is this the end of an era for Blake Lively? But in the unpredictable and often ironic theater of Hollywood drama, there's often an unexpected protagonist who emerges from the shadows. While Blake Lively's world appears to be crumbling around her, Justin Baldoni, the seemingly reluctant participant in this unfolding saga, has reportedly witnessed a significant surge in public support. Unlike Lively's alleged emotional outbursts and attempts to control the narrative through anger and accusations, Baldoni has reportedly maintained a remarkably calm and composed demeanor, consistently presenting himself as someone simply sharing the facts and allowing the truth to speak for itself. This measured approach, contrasted sharply with the negative portrayal of Lively, has seemingly resonated deeply with the public, painting him as the more credible and sympathetic figure. Interestingly, Baldoni has reportedly even garnered support from unexpected corners, including conservative commentators who typically avoid the often frivolous world of Hollywood gossip, suggesting a broader shift in public perception and perhaps even a sense of vindication for him. The buzz within industry circles now hints that Baldoni, through his handling of this controversy with professionalism and restraint, might actually emerge as a more reliable and even more bankable star in the long run. Could this dramatic turn of events catapult his career to new heights? So, as the dust begins to settle on this Hollywood bombshell, what does the future truly hold for Blake Lively? The narrative being presented is one of a career teetering on the brink of irreversible decline. The potent combination of the alleged public meltdown, the devastating legal ruling that undermined her credibility, the explosive receipts supposedly held by the powerful Robert Downey Jr., and the resulting tidal wave of negative public opinion has left her reputation severely tarnished. Hollywood, a town known for its dazzling highs but also its brutal lows and its often short memory, has seemingly turned its back on one of its former darlings. While Lively may attempt a carefully orchestrated public apology, try to shift blame, or embark on an ambitious public relations rehabilitation campaign, the prevailing sentiment within the industry is that the damage inflicted may be far too extensive to repair. The story unfolding here serves as a stark and dramatic reminder of the precarious nature of fame, the swiftness with which fortunes can change in the cutthroat world of entertainment, and the enduring power of truth and authenticity in the eyes of the public. What do you think the future holds for Blake Lively? Will she ever be able to reclaim her former glory? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest Hollywood bombshells and behind-the-scenes drama, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single explosive update.